At a community center in New York City, Jamie Woods, battling drug addiction, slips into the restroom. She has 10 minutes. A monitor listens.
You all right?
Anti-overdose medications ready nearby if needed.
So that works for you?
This is the only place that I know that I can come and get straight because of my addiction, and I know I'm not going to die.
Staff here, along with mayors and health officials in 4 big cities and activists in other communities, want to help users inject safely out of the shadows by opening so-called safe injection or overdose prevention sites, medically supervised settings.
What we're saying is people that are already using drugs, they don't need to die in the streets. They don't need to die in alleyways because they don't have anywhere that's safe to use.
California just passed a bill that could open pilot centers in San Francisco. The governor deciding whether to sign it into law.
It is not lawful to facilitate the illegal use of drugs.
Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein agreed to discuss this, warning of swift and aggressive action if any city opens an injection site.
They ought to be trying to persuade them to stop using the drugs and provide treatment and support.
They would argue they have tried that, but they just can't get people into treatment, and we can't just do more of the same. Is that a concern of yours?
Well, I think it's always useful to try new and different approaches, but the approach of facilitating drug use, I think, is simply a form of appeasement.
At least 100 injection centers like this one in Vancouver operate in at least 60 European and Canadian cities. Public health advocates insist years of academic studies show the centers save lives.
There have been millions of injections happening at these sites. No one's ever died. This is why people are urgently looking at this as a potential solution to this problem.
San Francisco recently opened a model site, the mayor touring, hoping to rally support for the idea. A confrontation with Washington looming.
If you couldn't come here, what would you do?
Well, most of us would probably be in doorways or hallways or staircases.
Time's up.
While people like Woods try to get through another day. Ron Allen, NBC News, New York.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.